All right. So we have pretty much purchased our car at this point, right?
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah. Now there's paperwork.
Now there's paperwork. So
Yes.
you've just made your selections about which aftermarket products you're going to want, or the F&I products, excuse me.
Mhm.
We've got our financing lined up. We're on the home stretch.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the motor vehicle or the DMV paperwork that you're going to need to sign. Obviously, we're painting in broad strokes here because we can't talk about every single state in the United States. But generally speaking, what should you expect in terms of DMV or MVA paperwork you're going to need to sign?
You're going to need to sign a title application form for whatever state you're buying the car in.
Okay.
And you're going to need to sign a vehicle registration form. And if you're not registering the car or titling the car in the state where you're buying it, then you're going to need to sign a temporary drive-out form.
Which is important to note is not something that is in all 50 states. So, for example, if you buy a car in the state of Massachusetts,
You can't sign one of those forms because it's got to be titled and registered before you can even take delivery.
Yeah.
But if you're in a state where you can buy it in one state and transport it to another, there's drive-out tags that normally run anywhere from 45 to 90 days, so you're going to have to sign that paperwork.
Yep.
On all vehicle purchases, you're going to have to sign what the mileage was on the car, a certified odometer statement, and make sure it's accurate. And what I mean by that is if you've test driven the car that you've selected, make note of what the miles were on the odometer when you finished test driving it, and make sure that's the miles that are listed on the certified odometer statement, because you're going to have to sign that those were the miles on the car. And if you had a trade-in, you're going to have to sign for whatever miles were on your trade-in. So you need to know how many miles are in that, because sometimes things get fat-fingered, and when you were buying a car that had 18 miles on it and the guy accidentally hit 881 instead of just 18, you're stating that the car had 881 miles on it when it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a legal document that needs to be accurate, so you want to check that. You're also going to have to sign a power of attorney, a vehicle power of attorney.
Yeah, what is that?
It is specific to the vehicle that you're purchasing, and it gives the dealership or the titling personnel at the dealership the power to sign your name to some documents that are needed in order to complete the titling and registration with the state. Okay, and if you have a trade-in,
yeah,
you need to sign one for the trade-in so that you can transfer the power of attorney to the dealership to be able to take the title of the trade-in out of your name and put it in their name. And if you have a payoff on your trade-in,
yeah,
you're going to have to sign a form stating what the payoff was.
And that's all just for the state government, essentially?
Yes, essentially.
A lot of papers to sign.
I'm afraid so. Yeah, it's almost like buying a house.
Similar.
Yeah.